This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by Deaf Independent Living Association.
If you remember last month, we aired a story about what hearing loss is and what it is not. We learned that hard of hearing doesn't always mean a person is deaf.
It's really a fascinating topic, one that we could talk about for a long time. That's the thing. So many people are interested in learning about hearing loss and how to help those who are impacted. Where do you start? Well, you can't go wrong with this guy. This is Mike Perky. He's the Executive Director of DILIT, Deaf Independent Living Association. Thank you so much for joining us,
Thank
Mike.
you.
So you mentioned something the last time you were here about an interpreter referral program at DILIT.
Yes.
What is that?
The Interpreter Referral Program is a way for the community to access qualified and certified interpreters for either their customers or their patients' needs who happen to be deaf and use American Sign Language.
Oh, okay. And you're also contacted by businesses, schools, hospitals, their goal being to make their services more available, or more accessible, I guess you could say, to those with hearing loss. Well, that's important, isn't it?
It is very important. It's one of the things we touched on last time I was here is imagine going to the doctor who spoke a foreign language and he gave you all the prescriptive needs that you had and you left having no idea what he said. That's the case with someone who's deaf, who's being seen by a practitioner or a business who doesn't employ an interpreter to be there. So they leave with no understanding of what they're supposed to do next, what's wrong, what dosage they're supposed to take, when they're supposed to take it, or anything else. So, or even what contract they just signed, when they made their new purchase. So by setting up the Interpreter Referral Program again, it gives the community that access to someone who, first of all, is qualified and certified to do this. We've had cases where they've asked family members to interpret for medical procedures, which is a huge no-no because they're too emotionally invested. So this is a person who knows what they're doing, who we also match them up with the skill level of the individual, because not everybody signs the same. So be it, a college-educated deaf person or someone with minimal language. So you've got to adjust your styles to that.
Right. When you say not everybody signs the same, sometimes there's a lot of home sign and things like that. Explain how everybody doesn't always sign the same.
It's home sign, it's gestural. It depends on education level, depends on how much English was involved in their upbringing. There's, the total communication piece to where people really depend on the English part, and the ASL piece, which is non-English based. Right. So you have to adjust that to the individual style to make sure that it's clear, concise communication.
Right. So essentially the difference then between exact English and ASL or American Sign Language is what? It's
more conceptual. When I first learned sign language back in the dark ages of 1970, it was exact signed English. We signed every word and every word ending and punctuation. With ASL, it's more conceptual. The verb and noun may not follow the standard prescriptive norms that we're all used to. So when you're learning the language, you kind of have to forget the English part. I still sign very English. It's my first language. A deaf person, and it's interesting when I'm having a conversation with a deaf person, I tell them they're dumbing down for me, because when they're naturally signing, I'm often lost, and I'm supposed to be good at this. So, you have to humble yourself a little bit and realize it's not your language if you're hearing.
Yeah.
Now, we're talking about interpreters, but DILIT also offers classes to teach people how to communicate through sign language.
We do. We're really excited. We're in the midst of our first class in a while, which is ASL 1. You can actually go through ASL 5 if you're studying to become an interpreter. But we're going to be offering ASL 1 and ASL 2 classes, which will give you a good working knowledge and understanding. And interspersed with all that is deaf culture. And, the appropriate ways of approaching someone who's deaf. It's, with every disability, it's a little bit different, but there are rules and etiquette that you have to follow for that. So we teach that piece as well, with the hope that the more people that learn it and people that are deaf interact with them in the community, it makes that community more open.
Now, you know, when you talk about learning a new language, as sign language, that seems kind of hard to me, but it isn't, is it?
It really isn't. It's funny. When I learned it, I was working at a school for the deaf, so I didn't have a choice. And my teachers were 5 to 9-year-old children with tiny fingers. But that's what I learned, and that's how I learned. But it was a total immersion. With our staff, sometimes we hire staff who are fluent in sign, sometimes we don't. It's kind of hard to find on the shore sometimes. So we offer the classes to them for free. Anytime we hire somebody new, what we find is they're going around to the people that we serve and practicing and asking questions, and how do I do this, and what's the sign for this, and so it's a constant learning process within the office.
I imagine for the people with hearing loss, it's comforting to have so many people to sign with.
It's kind of like being in a foreign country, and you find somebody who speaks English, and you're like, whew, I can find out where the bathroom is. You know, that was my lesson in Mexico. But but you know, with someone who's deaf, when you make the attempt to communicate and you make that community more open to them, it creates so many more possibilities for them within their own life.
Mike, thank you, as always. Always learn so much when you come on the show. And if you would like to read more about Deaf Independent Living Association, go to delmarvalife.com.